So in this video, I'm going to explain how I think I got over the fear of driving, or how I think I was able to lessen my level of anxiety towards driving to little to nothing, maybe 1%. I don't have like a philosophical response to the situation. All I have is my experience, how I got through it, how I got through it, and what the Bible taught me. Two, two scriptures I wanna bring up that the Bible taught me that comes to mind when it comes to fear or anxiety. The first one is that faith without works is dead. And the second one is God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Right? The first one that talks about faith without works is dead. I had to put some work on top of the faith that I believe that I could drive well one day. So first of all, I believed that I could, and then I acted on it, which is what the works are. The second thing, where it says God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Love is patient. I was patient with myself. Love is kind. I was kind to myself. I have power because I have the Holy Spirit inside of me. Sound mind, which means I can make sound decisions and sound judgments with research, good advice, and just putting my best foot out there. Start with a crawl. Now for my experience. How did I start? Where was the first step? So I started with a crawl, like baby creeping. I creeped like a baby. That's how it felt. Because I in myself believed that I could drive well one day. Plus my mother drives well, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be bad like she. I'm gonna bad like Yaz like she one day. From seeing her do it, I knew I could do it too. I don't think she didn't start the way how I started with all that fear and anxiety, but I believe I could still get there. So believing it and then trying to put faith into action with works, I used visualization. When I'm in a car with other people, I observe them. And I got advice from other people too. I'd observe other people who are driving. I'd watch them operate the gear stick. I'd watch them operate the wheel. I'll watch their eyes and see where they're looking. I'd listen to some of the things they'd say and some of the things they'd pay attention to. I did that for a long while. And this is years. That's why I said I started with creeping, just by watching people and listening to people and sometimes talking back to them as if to say I knew what I was talking about, and I'd ask questions and just try to visualize myself as a driver. So it was all in my head. And then I was in that mode for a bit, and I kept having my learner's permit on me, right? I had so many, right? This one is 2023. This is the one I got my license on. This one is 2020. This one is 2018. And this one is 2007. For those who don't understand, you get a learner's license. You have to have this in your hand to actually go for a real license, right? So this is preparation towards getting your license. You have to get it. So I'd have it, I keep on renewing it. It's only last 6 months. and with the intention that, I'm gonna go and get my license. So anybody who wants to give up, I mean, I keep paying, and you have to pay for it. It's not free. And I kept paying to renew it, paying to renew it. But so I was stuck in that mode for a bit, as you can see, for years. And during this time, I actually got a tutor, and he trained me up until the point where he thought I was ready to go to be tested. And I never went. I did the whole program he had, and I did not go for my license. So I went that far, and then I was still stuck. So when I got this last permit, I can't explain. I can't tell you that there was this great epiphany. I don't know what happened, but I started Googling instructors, and I started making calls, and I listened to what the instructors had to say and how keen they were to the information that I was giving to them. I was telling these instructors, hey, I'm afraid like goat at Christmas time, I actually have a problem. And I explained to them what the problem was to see what their response would be. If they give me a vibe like they're understanding, that they're listening to what I'm saying, that they would actually try to help me through the issue. Because I felt like I was a special case. I felt like I needed special attention or a specific skill set to get past it. I didn't want anybody to further traumatize me and then make the situation worse. So I listened to what they had to say to figure out who to choose to be my instructor. And there was this one person, when I spoke to him, he impressed me because of the way how he explained, say, not a problem. Not a problem. Like, he was like, I have dealt with people way older than you. I've dealt with young persons, people who don't even know them left from them right, and they have come a far way. So don't worry. Me and you can conquer this. In other words, that's what he was saying. He can do it. He was saying, give me the work and I will get it done. But in a more intelligent way. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to paraphrase. But in other words, he let me feel confident in his abilities to get me where I wanted to go. So I chose him. So I booked my first class by about 1 day time. Like, I made a decision. I told him I'll call him back, and I booked the first class maybe the day after that, or 2 days after that. And I decided I have to go all the way this time. I'm not gonna stop till me get it this time. And I made the right decision in terms of the instructor. He had a framework. He had a group for all his students so we could feed off of each other, support each other. And with me, he had like a what you want to call it? A head first approach. He didn't cuddle me, like treat me like a baby, and he wasn't overly aggressive. He had so much confidence in me. He pushed me, encouraged me. He made me realize that I wasn't as bad as I thought, and I was braver than I gave myself credit for. And in no time, trust me, man, I was rolling with the big boys and the big girls on the street. Like, I was driving on the street with people who are drivers, right? I mean, the most exciting class I can remember is when he took me. I saw a hill set. Like, the thing is, he never drives when I go to a class. When I get into the car, I always go in the driver's seat from whatever point we're at. He never drives. I always have to drive. That's first thing. He just tells me where to go and what to do. He doesn't ask me if I'm scared. He doesn't ask me if I think I can do it. He just tells me to do it and I do it. I don't get no chance to run or escape or hide, pretty much. So, that being said, he took me in this community and there was this steep hill. And he told me, no matter what I do, keep the gas floored because the car we were in, didn't have that much power. So he said you need to floor the gas. So I could not believe this man take me up on this hill, may I tell you. And I was like so nervous going up that hill. I was like, when is this hill going to be over? What make it worse, he was telling me when you get to the top of the hill, I'm going to tell you when to slow down because you're going to turn left. I was going a bit too fast and I missed the turn to turn left. So he said, guess what, you're going to have to, what was it, like turn and reverse at the top of the hill. And I'm like, I said to myself, I can't do it. And I was like almost panicking, and he was like, just listen to me and follow my instruction. He said anytime I listen to him, make the voice that he has louder than the voice in my head, it always works out. So I just listened to him, follow his instruction, and I was able to turn the car around at the top of the hill and make that turn that he wanted me to make from the beginning. Was I proud of myself? So we're at the last leg now. The home run. All those sweaty classes that I had, because under is me sweat, you know. All the encouragement that I got from cheerleaders, all the help from family and friends, all of that was put inside of me. Now is the time to prove that yeah, you got this. Yes, you can do this. So all the classes were officially done and started to do practice sessions on the road, practicing to go and do the test and all of that. And I remember, you know, my instructor was confident with me doing the driven test, the practical test. But he didn't have so much power over the written exams. But he said the practical, he knew I got it. He knew I had it. I didn't have a lock. So he scheduled the appointment to do the test. And guys, me fail every test I do at least once except the road test. Every test I do, I have to do it, pay money and do it over except the road test. Listen, I decided this was not going to be the end of me. I'm going to do this until it's done. I'm going to do this until it finish. I'm not going to stop till I get the license there. And so I did what I had to do, repeated what I had to repeat, and I got my license. Now, back to the reason why I'm doing this. The anxiety, the fear. Did it go away? Have I had any moments where I'm freezing up when I'm on the road since I got the license? I can't recall. Have I had any moments where I felt like I couldn't speak, I couldn't express myself? I cannot recall. But have I had moments where, when placed before the wheel, I get nervous? Yes. But does that nervousness stop me from driving? No. I know practice makes perfect, but I don't have a car. And I don't have the need to get a car right now. So I will drive my family, the vehicle that my family may have. But at the end of the day, right now, all the challenges that I have conquered to get to this point, they are greater than the anxiety. They are greater than the fear. Are the memories of me being victorious over a hill, or being victorious over parking, or being victorious over doing the driving test, or passing any one of the challenges or the multiple choice questions that I got. All of those things now, nobody can talk to me. Nobody can talk to me. All of those things right now are greater than the fear and greater than the anxiety. And nobody can tell me nothing. So at the end of the day, it is my desire for you to get to a place where you can say that all the work that you put in to get past your anxiety or your fear is greater than the fear itself. You can do this.